Hello. Hi, good evening. Hi, everyone. So, we're going to be talking to the dancers of this new production by the Sparsha Dance Ensemble, helmed by Vidya Subramaniam. We actually chatted with Vidya a few days ago, and she really talked to us about, what is the core and essence of Damaru. And I thought it would be lovely for us to actually invite all the 7 dancers who are part of this production to really tell us what it has been like for them to, work with Vidya in this production and be part of Sparsha Dance Ensemble's first ensemble production. So without much ado, I'm going to invite Vidya's dancers for Damaru going to be joining from Vidya's handle. And I have no idea how they're all going to fit into this frame, but we will be speaking to each of them individually just for a really short time. Oh, that's some great camera work. Hi, girls.
Hello, Ka, namaste.
Hi. How is it going?
Super day, all day.
Fantastic. So nice to see you all. And, I've been so excited, really. Like every time we've been posting about Damaru and writing about Vidya and all her ideas, I've also been so excited to see all of your names. So I'm really so happy that I get to chat with you online. Of course, we're really looking forward to seeing you in person and watch your production. But I thought it'd be lovely for the Instagram world, young dancers in other parts of the world to really get to know each and every one of you. So I'm going to just introduce each of you really short, and I'm going to invite you to sort of come a little ahead if possible. Or if you think this formation works, you can just be loud. I don't want to break this formation. It looks really nice, and I'm sure a great amount of thought and choreography has gone into this. So, firstly, congratulations, and I'm sure all of you are excited because it's less than a week to go for Damaru. I have one common question for all of you actually. Really, what has, if each of you could tell me, like, just one word, just in one word, what has been the greatest like experience of being part of Damru? Just like feel free, it's like a freewheeling, fun conversation. Um, just we'll start with whoever is right at the front. Just introduce yourself and just tell us like what one word that comes to your mind as far as being part of Damru is concerned.
Yes. First of all, thank you for inviting us to this live.
Of
I'm
course.
Ananda. I'm
Hi.
Ananda checking. And I think to sum up in one word, or the first thing that would come to the mind is sort of duality, because that is the theme, and that is what we experience every day, right?
Okay.
From the highs and lows of energies to, coming together and finding our own space as well. So I guess duality would be the
Okay,
word.
so duality. Okay, you chose the easiest word. It's in the tagline itself.
I think that's what came to my mind. It's sort of this alliteration
That's
going
fine.
on with the D's. So,
That's
yeah.
great. Absolutely. Who's next? Oh, my dear friend Anisha, come on.
Hi, yeah. Thank you for inviting us for this live.
Of course.
So the first word that comes to me when I think of Tamilu is novelty. New.
Sorry?
Novelty.
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 Okay,
There's
interesting.
so much new things which Akka has thought of, and she's choreographed. So
Okay. Okay, great. So we have duality, novelty. Okay, that's already like sounding a bit, what is the word? Alliterative?
yeah.
Okay, yeah. Okay,
Sort of
who next?
Can you highlight? And Ritusha, and one word is curiosity. Right from beginning till now, the curiosity is still.
Okay, curiosity, duality, novelty, curiosity. So you're saying curiosity because you feel like you're still searching and seeking something, right?
Because every rehearsal will make you understand something, but still there is something to look forward.
That's
And then
great. That's great.
Yes,
Great. Fantastic.
Hi,
Hi.
yes, Acha.
Of course.
The one word I could sum up is womanhood.
Is what?
Womanhood.
Womanhood. Interesting. Okay. Okay. Nice. Lovely. We will get back to why you chose that word, but yeah.
It's
the moment we come here, we just keep lifting each other. There's so much bond between us, and it's really nice. Like I just love coming to this space.
That's
So,
great. I
yeah.
think kudos to Vidya Subramaniam for really bringing all of you together. So big shout out to Vidya and to all dancers who do this. Great. Womanhood. I'm all for that. Yeah. Next.
Hello, Akka. Thank you for inviting us. Manasa.
Hi, Manasa.
The word that is coming to my mind is again, I'm stealing this from Vidyaka's journal actually. It is balance. So,
Balance.
uh,
Okay. She talked a lot about it in her
yes,
conversation. Yeah.
yes.
Interesting.
Akka also, she strives to bring that balance with respect to choreography, with respect to how we work together. Um, even otherwise, apart from the choreographic work, even personality wise, she gives us a lot of encouragement and motivation with regards to finding balance. So,
Okay.
that is something that comes to my mind when I think about this particular
Production. Lovely. Beautiful. Balance is a very, very beautiful word. Next.
Hello, Akka. I'm Subhashri.
Hi, Subhashri.
So, yes, when I think of Damaru, it is like getting to this space and enjoying this journey for the past almost a year. So I feel it is like a happy place.
Oh, okay.
Because I was too scared, nervous, all of it while joining this seat. And now I feel so relaxed, so happy. I really feel this is the team, like sort of energy.
That's really beautiful because I feel like for the longest time we used to do something called For the Joy of Dance. And I feel like finally at the core of it, this is really why everybody needs to come together. Pranati.
Yes,
Hi.
hi, Pranati here.
Yes, of
Um,
course.
one word when I think of Sparsha Ensemble and Damaru is being grounded.
Okay.
And this space is fortunately for all of us, at least for me, when I come here, I think I am the most grounded that I have ever been in my life.
That's
So,
great. That's great. Pranati, I'm going to just grill you a little bit better, a little bit more, and ask you when you say grounded, do you mean that you're finding your center, or do you mean grounded from the perspective of does it make you feel really humble? That's what I want to understand.
it makes me find my center, and even with the choreography, dance, approach wise,
Right.
everything, just the whole space, the dancing, the movement, it just grounds you.
Okay.
So, and there's a lot of freedom in that groundedness, but grounded is just the word, open to interpretation.
Lovely. It's so strange as I'm looking at all of these 7 words that each of you has sort of thrown up very, very spontaneously. I feel like these are also like fantastic qualities of a woman itself. This constant search for curiosity, duality, novelty, womanhood, of course, balance, happy place, sense of being grounded, lifting each other up, like what she said. I think it's fantastic. So thank you really, each and every one of you for setting the perfect tone for this conversation. So I'm going to jump straight in and I'm going to ask Anahita. And for those who don't know, and for those who will listen to this conversation later tomorrow while they're like cooking and doing all kinds of things, Anahita Chaliha, is that how I pronounce your name?
Yes.
Yes, Anahita Chaliha, for those who don't know, is a Bharatanatyam dancer, choreographer, teacher at Sishya in OMR Chennai. My son studies there. She holds an MA in Bharatanatyam, pursues theatre, modeling for digital media. We should talk about that later, okay? And print ads, and loves to paint and make mandala art, and is a voracious reader. So, before I ask you a question, what are you reading right now, Anahita?
I was actually reading 2 books simultaneously. One is Things When You See Only When You Slow Down.
Oh yeah,
That is,
I've been
yeah,
seeing that book. Yeah,
that's by the Zen monk.
that's right.
And also one because I wanted to increase my financial literacy, so I'm reading Money Works. So yeah, that is it.
Fantastic. Fantastic. I just want to ask you a little bit about, you have varied interests and you also do multiple, you work as a teacher in the morning, then you're learning dance, and so many of you do that. And kudos to you guys for doing that. But I really want to ask you, by virtue of making Damaru a part of your life in the last so many months, how did you really manage your time and what were some of your key learnings for your own self? And I don't mean as a dancer, but just your own self, like in terms of time management and, sort of multitasking, so to speak?
Yes, yes. So this is, I mean, the note where we started, I said duality, because I think when I started pursuing all these interests, first it was more of me exploring these spaces, even modeling because I like being in front of the camera or whatever. And then, a few people say that, hey, you look nice, why don't you do this, and that? So first, it is always you explore your interests outwards because then you like the appreciation, you like the attention. But as and when you keep pursuing that, you are also forced to look inwards. And I feel like we all exist in these kind of dualities where I love pursuing a dance form which is so rooted and has a lot of philosophical meaning, has a lot of spiritual meaning. At the same time, doing fashion modeling, which, to the common eye, it may look like, but she's pursuing classical dance and how is she wearing, Western clothes and all of that, right? So these kind of things somewhere have helped me understand, even when I come to this space, I am always looking for ways to express. And I find beauty in all these kind of expressions. And the more I explore different mediums of expression, that comes back and gives back to me when I come to dance.
Right.
Because dancing is something really that you're in the moment. That's the only activity when you're completely present. It's like how our teachers used to say, the moment you remove your chappal outside the dance class, you're leaving the world behind. The moment I change in a studio, you go in front of the camera, you're leaving the world behind, right? So all of these things, even coming to this space, the moment Vidya Akka does this thing where we all start every session with a meditation
Yeah, she told me
in
that.
a circle.
Yeah.
Yes. And the moment that happens, like we would have, maybe we had a rough day, some of us drive and all of that, the chaos on the road, whatever happens, the moment, eight of us stand in a circle, it's something similar also to the mandala that I draw, right? The circular energy, we are all there. So, I mean, the key learnings from this space is really finding those different expressions, bringing them into one, and just finding the synergy amongst everybody. So, I think it's been a wonderful experience doing that. And the more you work with more people and you find your synergy, you also are forced to look at yourself, like, with a different mirror, and it really helps you grow as a person.
That's beautiful. That's really, really very well said. Thank you so much. And I loved how you sort of brought this idea of the mandala and the circle. I have to, at this point, also tell you that in the years of the pandemic, Alap had started an initiative called Circle of Trust, which was incidentally actually the idea of which came from Vidya Subramaniam. And the idea was really to create a circle of trust where literally every week, on a side date, we would all meet and really share all everything that was we were all going through, and it was really a safe space. So I feel like Vidya really has that sort of quality, and from all the words that you all used, I think that's great. Thank you so much, Anahita. That was fantastic. Anisha, my 9 a.m. friend. Hello. For those who don't know, Anisha is a Bharatanatyam dancer who moved to Chennai from Kolkata for the love of dance. She's completed her master's in Bharatanatyam from the University of Madras and also works at Alap. She's a lover of Chennai's beaches, temples, and filter coffee. She's always on the lookout to exploring new places in the city. I think she has a few more feathers in her cap, but as of now, I'm just going to just ask her a question that has always been on my mind. I think I would probably ask her this question. They say, Anisha, that home is where the heart is, and I've been closely talked to you a lot, understood what why you moved to Chennai. I've always been really amazed by your love for dance and how you moved cities to like pursue it. I know a lot of people do that, but I know that you've been talking about Damaru for a while. What has it been like for you to wake up and make time for Damaru, and how do you feel personally that you have bloomed or blossomed as a dancer?
So, Damaru working as part of this production has been a great learning experience for me. So, we've been working with Akka for a year now, and
Right.
It's been a lot of learning, just learning. From Akka was so much of experience behind her, and also from my peers here, who've become very good friends now. So, it's just learning, learning, and learning.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, and would you, when you say learning, you mean have you learned just more
Not
about yourself as a dancer?
Yes, it's not just the choreography of Damaru that I'm talking about, but also a lot of things, sometimes Akka tells, which can be used in dance. Like for
Right.
example, I'll tell you, one day while doing our namaskaram, she just said that feel the energy of the earth. The earth has a lot of energy, so feel that. So those are the little things that you keep getting from her.
Yeah.
Uh, spending.
Absolutely, absolutely. That's great, and I think I think the journey of a dancer is a constant work in progress, and I think you're always learning if you're listening intently. So thank you so much, Anisha. I will, I think, move next to Archa. Is that right? Okay.
Yeah.
Archa, congratulations, by the way.
Thank you.
I mean, if you're on Instagram, then everybody gets to know everything. Yeah. So, Acha, for those who don't know, is a Bharatanatyam dancer who has trained since the age of 3. Oh my goodness, really? Wow. Raised in Qatar, she moved to Chennai to study at the Kalakshetra and later completed her master's from the University of Madras. A really proficient makeup artist with a love for tailoring and stitching and designing, she now runs her own clothing brand called Arha by Archa that blends style, comfort, and creativity. Archa, as a dancer who also, like Anisha, moved to Chennai for dance, what is your relationship with this city, Chennai? And what has it been like for you to get to know a whole host of dancers who have, in a sense, become, you formed these friendships with them? So tell me a little bit about your relationship with the city and getting to know these dancers.
Right. Well, actually, this is my 7th year in Chennai. So I can say wholeheartedly and happily that Chennai has become my second home. At, at 18, I left my life behind in Qatar, my parents, my friends, everything that I've known, which was like very familiar for me. But then I came here. It was very overwhelming in the initial stage. It was
I can
very
imagine.
difficult. I had my
Yeah.
own share of struggles also. But slowly I built my life here. So
Right.
Chennai is a place where it made me who I am today. And I
Right.
found a sense of like home here. So Chennai is home for me.
Home. Okay. Done.
Coming to Damaru, the journey was incredible. I found like it was really nice working with them, and I'm a person who don't open up very fast, and it takes time for me. But then the people, the dancers who I'm working with, they're very warm, very inspiring, and it's really I just love coming to this space and working with them.
That's great. That's great, Archa. Thank you so much for sharing so much from the heart. Really, really beautiful. I'm going to move a little away from alphabetical order. I'm going to come to Pranati here. Pranati, hi. I'm really excited that finally I'm going to be able to see you dance on next Sunday. I'm really
Thank
so excited.
you.
Thank you so much for, always keeping me updated about your performances. And I want to apologize that I've not been able to like attend many. So I'm really looking forward to seeing you on July 13th at Nardagana Sabha. Pranati, for those who don't know, is a versatile artist, a Bharatanatyam dancer, actor, theatre practitioner, and a Tanjore painting artist. I had no idea at all. With a master's in Bharatanatyam. She is also an animal lover with a soft spot for every furry friend. She's always on the lookout for her next adventure. She loves to travel, try new experiences, and is the kind of personality that can light up a room with her quick wit and playful humor. Later, after Damaru is over, when you girls have an after party, you can tell me about what all she did in terms of her humor. Right now, we'll stick to dance. So, Pranati, what would you say about working with Vidya Subramaniam? You use this word grounding when you refer to what you're learning, but how would you describe Vidya? I thought we could talk a little bit about the dance itself. How would you describe, you've worked with leading artists, you've been trained by amazing gurus. I just want you to tell me a little bit about what have been your learnings, or what have your observations of Vidya as a student of dance, as a choreographer, and how has it been like for you to, like, see her create work with all of you?
Uh, So for me, it is a very different experience because I come from a very traditional school of training,
Right.
and my mindset has been molded that way.
Right.
And when I auditioned for Akash Ensemble,
Mm-hmm.
I made a conscious decision to break out of my comfort zone. And the idea was to get out of that, to explore again this duality which we all face, to explore and come out of my shell. So, being with Akka has been an absolute pleasure, extremely enriching. Every day I learn something. Her whole thought process and approach to life itself is something I'm in awe of. So usually my pattern is I take some time to kind of understand the person's thought process, and then it's easier for me to learn and really absorb, because just dancing a piece of choreography is one thing. That's kind of on the outer, like what Ananta said. But understanding the thought process behind it changes everything. So with Akka and Damaru, she has, I mean, she has taken, she herself has learned a very traditional Bani, and she has thought out of the box, and kind of juxtapose both tradition with out of the box thinking. And I'm not sure how much I can share, so I'm just going
Yeah, of course, yeah.
to be vague and be careful out here. But that has been my key learning
Right.
of how you can see Aka's thought process in each and every piece in Damaru, and also Akka being an actor, a theater artist, a movement traffic, an artist, a painter. You can that all of that reflects in every single move, in every single piece, and every glance, every hasta, mudra, everything is thought out. Not to the, I mean, it's thought out, yes, but she doesn't control the way we do it. So that's what I love. We still have our individualities. So it's about grounding yourself with these different
Energies.
energies, but just the coming together of that. And Akka really like grounds us. That's all. That's all I have to say.
That's great. So the sort of the recurring motive about this whole thing from your perspective is grounding, and that's a very, very beautiful word. Thank you so much, Pranati. I'm gonna because I like this name, Rutuja. Rutuja, hi. Rituja is, for those who don't know, a Bharatanatyam artist and a yoga practitioner from Pune, Maharashtra. She is pursuing her master's in dance, and she shares the art of dance and yoga through her initiative, Dhuni. Is that right?
Yes.
A curious and energetic explorer, she loves traveling to new places, meeting people, and has recently discovered a passion for reading. Rutuja, so you practice yoga regularly, obviously. How does the practice of yoga help with your understanding and practice of dance? And how has Damaru helped you discover yourself better?
So coming to the first question,
Right.
when I was preparing for my Aranyakam as usual, to get more stamina, strength, and as I was much younger also, so my teacher sent me to yoga class so I can do poses where I lift the leg.
Yeah.
It started from there, but I'm very lucky. Like I could find my yoga teacher Vikas Shomins from Hyderabad. I started practicing asana. I'm still practicing with him, but practicing with him made me understand what is called as yoga beyond mat. I am 2 points I would like to share more, and I'm still working on these 2 points also. But I would like to share is
Sure.
I could see my weaknesses and strengths both together, and I feel we all have that capacity to, work on both of this. So I feel that's the takeaway which helps in dance also. And second thing is what is being present, in not only in dance but in daily life also. Like, to be honest, if I'm doing something, I might go to my phone, but then this yoga practice, the dance practice, and what else I said, like in daily life, I will understand, like, if you are here, you have to be here, and that's helping a lot in dance. And we all experience this on stage also.
Absolutely.
Somebody in audience, we might get distracted, but what we call as being present, I think being on mat also helping me in my dance space also.
That's fantastic. Yeah. All of us face this. Yeah. Like you
Yes.
rightly said,
That's why
audience
I
members
said,
especially. Yeah.
yeah, that's why I said I'm still working on it, but that awareness, I feel it's coming from yoga and being on mat.
That's great. That's great. Tell me a little bit about the second question also. How has Damaru helped you? Yeah.
So about this process, again, I feel most important point was acceptance, and I understood that word in more depth when I started coming here, about process, about like everybody, all the energies, all different dances coming together,
Hmm.
and everything about the process. I felt like acceptance, and the sooner you accept things, you start enjoying process much better. And yeah, that's what I feel like about the whole process.
That's great. I mean, I like both the words acceptance, one, of course, and of course, being present. I think that's such a crucial thing. And I think it also goes back to that beautiful thing that I'm not sure now who talked about the circle, the mandala. Yeah. And yeah. The whole idea of the mandala. And when you come to that space and you stand in that circle, really become, you have to become present and mindful about where you are. So thank you so much, Rutuja, for sharing that. Manasa, hi. Hi. So for those who don't know, Manasa Vijay Chandar is a classical dancer, teacher, choreographer trained in Bharatanatyam and Kathak for more than 2 decades and holds a master's degree in performing arts. An explorer of all kinds, be it different dance styles, food, lovely, and travel, a crazy cinema lover, who's also, your bio says, also highly animated. Great, fantastic. Okay, Manasa, so you've trained in two different styles of dance, Bharatanatyam and Kathak. What has it been like for you to spend so much time working with an entirely new set of dancers and really attempting to explore this notion of duality? What would you count as your most valuable experience here?
Okay, so I would start with the first part of the
Yeah.
question. How has the experience
Mm.
been? So when I came for the audition, I was still in the fag end of my master's degree. So I was very much used to working as a group, and I thought that working as a group is not going to be that different compared to me doing it with my master's friends and with this new set of dancers. But it was quite uh, what to say. I was quite surprised and taken aback by the whole journey because it was entirely different from how I envisioned it.
Okay.
Like Praniti mentioned, it really grounded me, and we had to accept what was happening. There was the initial awkwardness, and then slowly turning into family now. So it was nothing short of now. If you ask me, it is nothing short of an exciting, fun, and thought-provoking journey. So um, um, about the whole journey and the work, I feel it was, if I would didn't use the word balance, it would be refreshing because the concept itself was really unique and out of the box, like Pranati also mentioned.
Yeah.
Uh, for me as a dancer, now I'm slightly answering the second part of the question also. Being a dancer trained in two different styles, I'm actually have a there's an affinity towards dance as a
Just,
uh,
yeah.
media.
Without any.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't have like a boundary set. I will try this dance style or that dance style. So I just have, if you let me for continue, let me continue dancing. So I will just continue pursuing different styles of dancing. So that's the kind of interest I have towards dance as a field itself. So when I have to pick a project, or if I would love to be part of a project. I feel it has to just spark the fire in me and the passion in me. And I still remember right after I headed back home after the first rehearsal from Sparsha, my mom asked me this question, and she asked generally, like, how was your experience and all of that. And just my face just lit up. It was beaming like anything. By that only she understood I started to enjoy the journey already, and that's how it started.
That's great.
So,
That's great. I just want to say that, as you were speaking, I was just thinking that, I often read articles about this whole idea of adult friendships, and adult friendships are actually very difficult to form because, you have childhood, as childhood, you grow, evolve, and then they are your friends. But when you're adults, you're a little more like, you're little more less tolerant about people. But it's amazing that this group has come together, and I think that this whole idea of we should probably have that conversation later, and I'll speak to Vidya about it also. I think dance really has that ability to probably bring people together, and when you dance with somebody who also gives you a lot of space and freedom, I feel like you end up also like becoming a family and a community of sorts. So great. And last but not the least, Subhashri, who's a B grade Bharatanatyam artist, a CCRT recipient, founder director of Sri Paduka, and a senior disciple of Srimati Archana Mahesh, passionate about painting, traveling, and of course, food. So yeah, who isn't like passionate about food? I hope you've all eaten your dinner and everything. Have you eaten?
just
We just had finished for dinner.
Okay. Oh, right. Sorry, I forgot about that. Sorry. Okay. Subhashri, I'm just going to ask you one question really about, you're a visual artist and a performing artist, right? So from that perspective, what do you think have been your biggest discoveries about working with Vidya and the dancers of Damaru? Just like, how do you look at Damaru? If you were to, for example, like really think of representing this production visually as a painting, how would it be?
Uh, First of all, I'm not really good visual artist actually.
Okay.
It is more like if I'm too stressed or something, I just take a paintbrush and whatever comes in that stroke, that is the paint, that is the art. I'm
Course, but
sorry.
that is the best kind of visual artist. That is the best.
So it's never like I'm referring to a picture. I'm just getting to know the nuances of how the art has been done, or
Yeah.
I don't learn it and do it. It's just
Yeah.
that I see some picture or something, even the nature, whatever I just see in my day to day life. I just if I have to, like, I don't want to shout and I don't create a scene. I take the canvas and I used to paint water. That it might be like watercolors or it might be oil painting, whatever it is, it's just that is the art. Whatever I do is art. What is
Right.
it's all like
Hey, but that's what everybody's art is like that only, yeah. Whatever they do is their art. So this is your art. No problem.
so at this moment, if I have to picture Damaru in the canvas, then at the moment I'm so happy. I'm so excited now because the program is just 5 days far. So I'm super excited. So it would be more like a girl hearing the sounds of Damaru and enjoying around the fields. It would be more of that running and just having a moment of that vibe and energy.
Abandon is the word. Yeah. That's great. So I always have this really strange thing, even though I'm never the dancer, I'm always on the wings and like putting something together. When like a show is over, I have this really strange, bittersweet feeling. You wait for this thing to get over, but when it's over, you're so sad that it's over. So I want to ask you all finally, like, how do you think you all are going to feel on Sunday night when when there's, huh?
Yeah, regarding this, Akka just told 2 days back actually. She was just sending like instruction message like how this thing will go on the day of performance and all of it. And when she was sitting and explaining us, and she told then after July 13th, then goodbye. Let's see for next book. I was like goodbye. Why? So sad and saying like what goodbye? Like I couldn't take it, but gently that's how it works. But I felt that goodbye is so like I personally was feeling so bad that what okay 1 year journey is coming to end to this program, and then we will have couple of months break, and then we will get back to the space. I thoroughly enjoy this space, and I'll be like, okay, I have to wait for the next program. Okay,
That's
it's
right.
like that.
But trust me, the joy of waiting is also very exciting. So I know that Vidya's planned this, and I'm sure she has plans aplenty. And Chennai is just literally the beginning for you girls. I'm sure like Damaru is going to go places. And here's my heartfelt wish that you travel the world with it. And thank you so much for sharing your heartfelt thoughts with me. As usual, like what happens is when I do an Instagram live at 9 p.m., I'm so wired that I can't sleep. And with all of you, so many of you, 7 of you, I'm going to be like multiply wired. So yeah, so I'm going to basically lose my sleep tonight. But thank you so much. It was great fun talking to you, and wish you all the very best, and see you on the 13th.
And I said,
Okay, bye.
bye.